there's a place.
The Book of Leviticus, a summary. The Book of Leviticus, the third book of the Bible, is primarily concerned with the laws and rituals that God gave to the Israelites through Moses. It emphasizes holiness, purity, and the proper way to worship God. 1. Introduction and Purpose. Leviticus begins with God calling to Moses from the tent of meeting, where he outlines the laws and rituals the Israelites must follow to maintain their covenant relationship with him. The overarching theme is holiness. Be holy, because I, the Lord your God, am holy. 2. The Sacrificial System. The first 7 chapters detail the various types of offerings. Burnt offerings symbolize atonement and dedication to God. Grain offerings represent thanksgiving for God's provision. Peace offerings express gratitude and fellowship with God. Sin offerings provide atonement for unintentional sins. Guilt offerings address specific transgressions and require restitution. These offerings ensure the Israelites can maintain a right relationship with God despite their sins. 3. The Ordination of Priests. Chapters 8-10 describe the ordination of Aaron and his sons as priests. They are consecrated through specific rituals, including sacrifices and the anointing of oil. The priesthood is essential for mediating between God and the people. However, Aaron's sons, Nadab and Abihu, offer unauthorized fire before the Lord and are consumed by fire as a result, highlighting the seriousness of proper worship. 4. Laws on Cleanliness. Chapters 11-15 cover laws about cleanliness and uncleanliness, clean and unclean animals, regulations on what animals can be eaten, childbirth, purification rituals for women after childbirth, skin diseases and mildew, procedures for diagnosing and cleansing skin diseases and contaminated objects, bodily discharges, guidelines for dealing with bodily discharges to maintain purity. These laws help the Israelites maintain purity and prevent contamination in the camp. 5. The Day of Atonement. Chapter 16 describes the Day of Atonement, Yom Kippur, the holiest day in the Israelite calendar. On this day, the high priest enters the most holy place to make atonement for himself and the people. A scapegoat is sent into the wilderness, symbolically carrying away the sins of the nation. This ritual ensures the community is cleansed from all its sins annually. 6. Holiness Laws. Chapters 17-26, known as the Holiness Code, provide further instructions on holy living. Sacrificial Laws. Offerings must be made at the tabernacle to prevent idolatry. Prohibition of eating blood. Blood symbolizes life and must not be consumed. Sexual morality. Regulations to maintain sexual purity and prohibit incest, adultery, and other sexual sins. Moral and social laws. Instructions on justice, charity, and interpersonal relationships. Festivals and Sabbaths. Observances to remember God's provision and maintain regular worship. 7. Blessings and Curses. Chapter 26 outlines the blessings for obedience and the curses for disobedience. Obedience brings prosperity, peace, and God's presence. Disobedience leads to suffering, defeat, and exile. This chapter emphasizes the importance of adhering to God's laws to maintain the covenant relationship. 8. Vows and Dedications. The final chapter, chapter 27, deals with vows and dedications to the Lord. It includes regulations on making vows, redeeming dedicated items, and the value of things dedicated to God. This chapter ensures that promises made to God are taken seriously and fulfilled properly. Conclusion. Leviticus emphasizes the necessity of holiness in all aspects of life. Through detailed laws and rituals, it provides a framework for the Israelites to live in a way that reflects their status as God's chosen people. The book highlights the importance of purity, proper worship, and obedience to maintain a close relationship with God. It serves as a crucial guide for the Israelites in their journey to becoming a holy nation.
There's a place still near my wandering heart. It was there in a dream last night. You would sing those songs on Sunday morning with a beauty that could make me cry. But there's no song that you could sing. There's no verse that you could read. That altar call might have set your soul free, but it didn't do a thing for me. I swear I can feel your aching prayer. Oh Lord, bring my boy home. That sacred book you raised me on still whispers deep in my bones. But there's no song that you could sing. There's no verse that you could read. That altar call might have set your soul free, but it didn't do a thing for me. Remember laughing every time you drove a little faster over that dip in the road, singing along to Don Francisco. He's alive, always put a thrill in my soul. Song that you could sing. There's no